Assalamu alaikum. 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Ghazi. First, the headlines. Vice President of China is arriving in Islamabad today on a 3-day official visit to Pakistan. Deputy Prime Minister of Uzbekistan will pay a 2-day visit to Pakistan from tomorrow to boost trade and investment between the two countries. Russia says Pakistan has every right to develop its own missile program. In Afghanistan, 15 Taliban have been killed in operations by government forces in Wardak and Paktika provinces. Now the news in detail. Vice President of China Wang Qishan is arriving in Islamabad today on a 3-day official visit to Pakistan. He is scheduled to call on President Arif Alvi today and have a separate meeting with Prime Minister Imran Khan. An MOU signing ceremony will also be held at Prime Minister House. The Chinese Vice President will also attend Friends of the Silk Road Forum. The visit of Wang Qishan underscores the vitality of the time-tested and all-weather relationship between Pakistan and China. It will reinforce the strength of bilateral ties and impart further impetus to the growing multifaceted cooperation between the two countries in diverse fields. The visit is in continuation of high-level exchanges between the two countries, which have acquired an increased momentum since the Prime Minister's visit to China in November last year and his participation in the Second Belt and Road Forum in Beijing in April this year. Deputy Prime Minister of Uzbekistan, Ilir Ganayev, will pay a 2-day visit to Pakistan from tomorrow. He will be accompanied by a high-level delegation comprising deputy ministers for investment and foreign trade, transport, and other senior officials. Ganayev will hold consultations with the Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and also meet with several federal ministers and advisors. Russia says Pakistan has every right to develop its own missile program provided it complies with relevant international obligations. This was stated by Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei in an interview with Sputnik, commenting on Islamabad's latest missile launch. Ryabkov said countries that develop their missile programs should act in accordance with the relevant international obligations. He said Russia does not see any obstacles for Pakistan to develop its missile program. He said, "We are against measures that could lead to an escalation of the situation in such a sensitive region as South Asia, but in this case, we believe that every state has a sovereign right to take care of its own security." On Thursday, Pakistan conducted a successful test launch of Shaheen's second surface-to-surface ballistic missile, which is capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear warheads. Ministry of Science and Technology will launch Pakistan's first official moon sighting website and Hijri calendar today. In occupied Kashmir, Kashmiris staged a protest demonstration against the arrest of 6 youth, mostly minors, by Indian forces in Budgam district. According to Kashmir Media Service, women and men assembled in front of the Indian Army's Rashtriya Rifles camp in Dharamuma and staged a protest against the detention of their relatives. The protesters demanded early release of their relatives who were arrested on Friday following clashes between the troops and the locals. In Afghanistan, 15 Taliban militants have been killed and 9 others arrested during separate operations in Wardak and Paktika provinces. In a statement, the Afghan Command of Special Forces said the slain militants are found to be involved in terror crimes. In Sudan, opposition groups have called for a 2-day strike next week to exert pressure on military rulers to hand over power to civilians. Pakistan will play its second World Cup warm-up match against Bangladesh at Cardiff today. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log in onto our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.